morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're listening to this. My name is Wanzu. I'm your host for the Walking with Wanzu podcast. Now, over time, I have always wanted a nice, safe space that is judgment-free to be able to share of my life experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'd love to take you along with me on this journey. And so life is too hard to go through it alone, I think. So we just do life together. Amma, happy listening. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're listening to this. My name is Yvette Wanzu. Welcome back to the Walking with Wanzu podcast season 5. How you guys have you been? If my voice sounds a little groggy, excuse me. I am recovering from a cold, but I've really been pushing this, guys. I've been saying for the longest time, I need to get started on season 5, but I've had a lot on my plate. I've had a lot going on, but I said, you know what, today is the day. If I don't make it happen, it's never gonna happen. And I don't know about you, but one of the things that I have surely, truly been committed to is this podcast, because this platform really is a labor of love for me. I bear my whole heart, like literally my entire being into this. I put in a lot of work, effort. I put in my heart and soul, literally, and I hope that this is just a special place for you just as much as it is a special place for me. With that being said, how have you been doing? I hope you caught up with the episode that I put up just at the beginning of the year to let you guys know that I wasn't leaving you hanging, but I needed to take a rest to just kind of get into the flow of things and get into the flow of 2024. With that being said, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I just got started. What is it called? This is my first month as a 31-year-old. If you didn't know, now you know. February is a month where I get to celebrate my birthday, February 3rd to be specific, and I turned 31. I'm excited to be honest. I can't lie. I was very excited about turning 30 last year in 2023, but I was just in a space where I was confused about a lot of things. I was trying to transition into a lot of things. And I was also in a romantic relationship that was so trash, to be honest. I was always second guessing myself. I was always in a state of worry and panic and uncertainty, and I really thank God that I've come out of that particular state. I truly am grateful. With that being said, how are you? How are you guys? How are you doing? February is a month of love, and so I thought, what a better way to get started into the season than celebrating self and love for self. Now, if you know me and you know me well, you know that I am a sucker for love. I love love. I love to be loved. I love to love. I love all the wonderful feelings that come with love. But with that being said, we all know that you can never quite give what it is that you do not have. And so when we talk about love, giving it, receiving it, embodying love in everything that you do, whether it's at work, or your interactions with different people, or how you live your life, it generally has to start with you. Now, I have been well into my self-love journey, and it started a long time ago. Of course, I've had seasons where there's been a lot of regress, but there's also been a lot of progress, and I'm here to celebrate that. And so I just want to tell you that I really feel that oftentimes than not, we want to come out into the universe and present ourselves as perfect. Of course, nobody wants to come out and just have your flaws showing right off the bat. You always want to put your best foot forward, and that can only be seen. Like, you can only radiate all that awesomeness when you have love for yourself. And so I thought, as I turned 31 this month, and also it being the month of love, I'll start off this particular season by having an episode where I write a love letter to myself. Now, I'm not going to do this all on my own. I want you guys to join me. I don't know what your schedule looks like. I don't know how life has been dealing you lately, but I'm pretty sure you can still perhaps 5 minutes, perhaps 10 minutes of your time to be able to just pause, do a bit of recollection, see how far you've come, look at some of the things that you've been doing and doing really well, and celebrate that, and then write a love letter to yourself. I think sometimes we forget to celebrate ourselves. Honestly, we've survived a whole pandemic. It's 3 years post the pandemic, right? A lot has happened. I don't know about you, but last year was a year that really built my character in so many ways. I learned so many lessons. I lost so much, but at the same time, I gained so much. I've learned so much about myself, and I don't think I give myself enough credit. I don't even think sometimes I pause enough to celebrate myself and the progress that I'm making. And so this year, that's the one thing that we're doing differently. We're learning to celebrate ourselves. So join me as I read this love letter to myself. I took some time off. It was a couple of weeks ago. My daughter was going for a school trip, and I had a Saturday afternoon all to myself. And so the first thing I did, being the proper summer baby that I am, is go swimming. So I had like an hour of uninterrupted vibes, just swimming, soaking in the sun, enjoying the water. And then after I got out of the water, I got a bit of a snack. I had a snack, and then after that, I started to write my love letter to myself, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I remember just looking back and thinking of some of the experiences that I've gone through, especially in the past year and even the year before that, and just really being grateful for how far I've come and the woman that I've become. Before I get into the letter, I just want to say something. I was going through social media today, and I came across something that really caught my attention. There was a lady there was a video, unfortunately, of a lady who was getting into it with the father of her child. I think it was a co-parenting situation gone sour. And so one of the parties was really upset, and they were recording whatever interaction they had, and it wasn't a very pleasant interaction. And I could see from the comments, like, everybody had something to say. Wow, something, what is that? Hey, are my Kikuyu ancestors showing up? Anyway, everybody had something to say. Everybody wanted to chime in and say how what they were doing was right, or how what they were doing was wrong, or how they need to handle their business. And I just want to tell you guys that it's so easy to judge when you're not in someone's shoes, or when you really don't know the nitty-gritty of what it is that's going on. Like, when ujui vitu kwa ground, truly, it's so easy to give your 2 cents and to judge and to think that if you are in that other person's situation, you'd probably handle things better. And so this is just a call to some of us, as we see how other people go through life and just do whatever it is that they do. Please extend grace. Please extend grace. And sometimes we judge people very harshly and very critically, because that's a reflection of how it is that we view ourselves and how we deal with ourselves. And so moving forward, can we try to extend other people grace, but also extend ourselves grace? Whatever mistakes you've done, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever lessons that you're trying to learn, whatever it is that you're trying to take on to be able to make yourself be better and do better, extend yourself as much grace as possible. Whether it's clear to you or not, how it is that you treat yourself and view yourself radiates when other people see you. Anyway, with that being said, let me get right into the love letter. And it goes, Dear Wanzu, you embody so much love and strength. Actually, let me address myself directly. I celebrate my strength as it is covered in layers of love, grace, and so much more grace. Over time, I lost sight of what self-love looks like and prioritized every other thing over what gave me joy. When that self-care dwindles, then self-love follows suit, and then self-respect, and before I knew it, I was just a human shell going through the motions. It took a lot of both painful and beautiful experiences to jolt change. I have had to morph into different versions of myself to deal with life, and this current version wants peace, and I am pursuing it, welcoming it, and practicing it as I go. I do have my days, but the beauty of this journey is that I'm learning to extend myself grace and love every version of me. I have done so well, and it can only get better. I pray I never lose sight of the love I hold and embody, and I pray that the love I give reflects in every aspect of my life. Here's to love for God, for myself, and for my little lady. Here's to a peaceful and safe love, forever and always, Wanzu. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was my letter to myself. One thing that you'll notice as we go through this particular season is this is a season where, honestly, I'm really letting my guard down. A lot of the conversations we'll be having here will even be more raw and more authentic than ever. And that's not to say in the past seasons that they haven't been. This is just to say that the previous seasons were, it was like an onion, and then I was slowly peeling out the layers, and so we are slowly getting into the center of the onion. And so as you go through this particular season, I'd like to first of all have you to have urge you to have a very open mind. Have an open mind, be open to learning, be open to exploring parts of yourself that will be jolted or prompted by some of the conversations that we'll be having. Be prepared to be uncomfortable, incredibly uncomfortable. But also one thing that I personally am channeling as I go into this season is a lot of healing, a lot of change, and a lot of self-reflection. Thank you so much for joining me for this particular episode one of season 5, guys. I am so excited, and I can't wait to bring you along with me on this journey. Like I always say, life is so hard to go through it alone, so we just do life together. Ama, see you on the next one. Sending you love and light and so much hugs. See you soon. Bye bye.